Okay, so let's walk through how to make a landing page in MailerLite. So first you're at the dashboard. Let's just go on over to Forms. And you can see I've kind of started playing around with it here, but I'm going to hit this big orange button that says Create Landing Page. I'm going to say Testing just for tutorial, and let's save and continue. So with MailerLite, I'm going to select the main subscriber group, which, because this is a testing account, there's not a whole lot of activity going on here. But we're going to select that list. And then there's a couple of different templates that you can use. I kind of like doing very simple ones. This one's a nice simple one. There's a webinar. Lead generation's probably pretty good. But anything that's got a template that really keeps it simple, this one's probably pretty good. I'll just go ahead and use that. All right, so we have our template here, and basically we're going to click on things in the left panel, which is kind of the design, but the right panel is where we're going to edit pretty much everything. Here's your headline. And then clicking on things like this image, we can replace it by clicking on the actual image. And the cool thing about MailerLite is it's hooked up to certain stock photos and GIF generators. So let's just go with, oh, I don't know, this looks good, sure. You could probably do, search around for no music, no life. That's pretty good. All right. I believe in that. So you can search around for stock photos, which is great. You can also, if you like to have a little bit of fun, insert different GIFs, maybe something that expresses a, "Aw, oh, you're so cute." Okay. I'm getting a little out of hand with this, but it's so cute. All right. So there's your headline, there's your photo. You can always upload your own photos by just going upload image. So, and then finding it in there. So I'm going to just hit cancel. This is good enough. And it looks like this is going to be pulling in from anybody who fills out this email and their name are going to automatically sign up for your email list that's through MailerLite. And you can mess around with all sorts of things. You can flip this. I actually would recommend putting the name above the email. All sorts of different things that you can mess around with. Once you click on the element and start poking around on the tabs, let's see, there's a second details, there's a bunch of more things you could do. You can do this image thing again, and this is how you'd replace the image here. Then you click on this. So you can see it's actually pretty robust straight out of the gate. The one thing I would definitely change is I would actually go down here in this footer and I would delete the social links, which is kind of counterintuitive, but it's just one more thing to be distracted by. And then do that and do that. The one thing with MailerLite is you do have to hit save a lot, so just be wary that it is not all the time autosave. Sometimes it does and sometimes it does not. So I hit save. When I hit save, once I click on something, it gets me into this edit panel, but once I hit save, it gets me to these blocks. So here is where you can drag and drop different pieces of content, and then you edit them over here. There's all sorts of different options that you can play around with. Here's one where you can insert a video that you've already uploaded to YouTube or Vimeo. I'm going to click on that and just give you a quick, and also Wistia. So you can paste your video in here. If you ever want control over the look and feel of these content blocks, I kind of view these content blocks as nouns, and then this design tab as adjectives. So here's a noun, it's a video. How do I want it to look? I want it to look spacious. There's an adjective. And you can see you can mess around with the spacing once you click on one of these elements and start just poking around and seeing what you can change. Why don't I put this in the red background? Because I don't like it. Okay. So you can see there's a lot of different things that you can mess around with, but since this is a quick and dirty tutorial, I'm going to leave it at that, and you can go ahead and plug in your own content here. I'm hitting save. You have all of these fun options and all this overall design for your landing page, but let's just call this done. Let's pretend I've got that done. So one of the more important things about MailerLite's landing pages is also the control over the success page. And this is actually going to be really important once you watch the Facebook Pixel tutorial that we have immediately following this one in the 6-week program. So there's their landing page, it's all pretty, but when somebody actually puts in their name and their email and says, notify me, actually you can change the text to that button right there, but let's not. You can flip over up here, you can click on the tab that says success page and actually design the success page to how you want it. Say you have a free PDF or a free video or something like that that you want people to download. You could have this button directly go to whatever video or download that you have. I recommend uploading a file to either Google Drive or Dropbox and creating a link from those files. And you can just paste it right in here, and that's it. That's all. That's probably the simplest way to create a free landing page where somebody signs up and they get some free rewards, some PDFs, some extra goodies here. All right, so here is where your landing page settings are going to be. If you are on the free plan, you're just going to have your landing page URL is going to be subscribepage.com/whatever and ever, amen, which is a great Ben Folds album, by the way. And you can actually make that your URL. Again, if you upgrade, you can actually have this be, your own URL, like yedacreative.com. Under SEO settings, this is not quite as important if you are just doing this for your Facebook and Instagram advertising, because people are going to find it that way. But it is also, it does help to have some sort of title. So let's just say it's free PDF to help you with matching socks. I don't know, whatever it is. Your meta keywords would be something like socks, fashion, I'm just making this up, whatever and ever. I believe you can have spaces. But as long as they're comma separated, that's what's going to make those just keywords that. But this is not quite as important, so don't stress too much over it. The meta description, you can write a little more about it, a couple more sentences, maybe a paragraph. Here's how you can find the easiest way to match socks with your eyes closed. You can tell laundry's on my mind. And if you want it to be searchable or Googleable, you can go ahead and check that. I definitely don't want this one to be searchable or Googleable. I'm going to actually just copy and paste this and this here, because this is going to be, when somebody shares this URL on Facebook, you know how on Facebook when you share a link, it automatically comes up with a little photo and a little headline and a little blurb about it. This is how you can edit that. And you can also choose which image you're going to be sharing, or making sure that that shows up on your Facebook page. I don't know if it's going to show up animated. That's a very good question. I have no idea. Let's continue. It's gone to this last part, you can actually change the name and copy it from here, but I wouldn't. Here is what I would recommend if you're just starting out with marketing and you just want to get as many leads as possible. I would recommend turning the double opt-in off. What a double opt-in is when somebody goes to your landing page and they sign up and they get the freebie, but they're not actually on your list yet until they go back to their inbox and hit subscribe from the email that they just got. I prefer that off while you're building your audience, just so that you know that they're on your list. Once you start getting bigger and spam becomes a problem, or if you're in a country that's affected by GDPR, which is another tutorial that I don't even want to get into, you may want to turn this on. And it is also one way to make sure that people on your list are really want to be on your list, that you have a really good offer that people will go out of their way to actually sign up for. It just depends on where you're coming from that. Okay, so it looks like my landing page URL is all ready to go, and this is the URL that you are going to be using with your Facebook and Instagram ads. So I'm going to copy this URL, I'm going to open it in a new tab, and it is live. It is good to go. And if I sign up right here, right now, I hit notify me, and my email is going to be signed up to this list. Of course, this is a fake list, so it doesn't really matter. And we're just scanning over everything, and that's looking good. And so that's it. Your landing page is done.